So in today's video, I have got a very essential skill for you to overcome overthinking and rumination. Think of one of those moments when you are trying to pick between 5 to 10 different options. Should I be programming? Should I be chopping veggies? Should I be talking to my family members? Should I be sorting out my schedule for next week? Or should I send this email? If this is where you find yourself repeatedly, oftentimes you might notice it's followed by a sense of overwhelm and this sense of feeling exhausted, which is essentially your nervous system entering in a state of freeze. And it's not fun at all, and it has a way of sucking a lot of energy out of life without adding any potential value whatsoever. So the skill that I'm gonna share with you in this video is gonna teach you exactly what to do with these moments. So here's what you do. First, you recognize that this is happening. You are trying to pick between 5 to 10 different options. So that's the first step. Awareness alone is curative. Step 2, realize if picking one over the remaining 9 or 10 had any potential consequences, your brain wouldn't be trying to do this because the brain is very good at prioritizing and recognizing what's really important. So since you are trying to pick one option out of all these 10, chances are that none of this are actually more or less important than the other. As such, all the options are equally good. It's like a person trying to pick between Harvard, Yale, MIT, and Princeton. Does it really matter in the long term which school this person ends up going to? Not really. The third realization is that the brain oftentimes will narrativize it as making the most intelligent option, coming up with a holistic framework, being consistent, or whatever narrative is there that will justify going through this process of, as the Buddhists would call it, picking and choosing, which is something that's kind of frowned upon in Buddhism, particularly Zen Buddhism. There are quotes from multiple Zen masters saying, the way is very simple, just avoid picking and choosing. I think they were referring to something deep psychologically. I have felt it in my practice, but I digress. So whenever you find yourself being stuck in this state of choice paralysis, bring these realizations to the forefront of your awareness and realize that this is essentially just at the end your brain's attempt to find a sense of certainty. So it goes along the lines of, if I make the best possible choice now, I will potentially have more control over the future unfolds because I have made the best possible choice, right? So the better my choices are in the moment, the better the outcomes will be. Except there is nothing really to compare here. Both directions are equally fine. But in the process of what happens, as we end up in this state of freeze, then we numb out and we reach for coping mechanisms to get away from this distressful feeling of overwhelm by going on our phone and browsing TalkTick for, I don't know, however many hours and go on Instagram or maybe engage in some vice. So instead, here's what we do. Like I mentioned before, we recognize that all choices are equally good, and then we pick a very small time window, maybe something like 10 to 15 minutes, and for those 15 minutes, we wholeheartedly, with all our being, commit to one item. That's it. That's all you need to do. And as you keep doing it, and as we keep doing it, awareness gets stronger and we recognize that this is what's happening. We are dilly-dallying, and the dilly-dallying doesn't really lead to anything, rather takes us into the state of freeze. As we keep taking small actions in the face of this choice overwhelm, guess what? There are often work that gets done and we have output to show, and when we look back at this output, we realize that this wouldn't have gotten done if we were entertaining the brain's inclination to choose the best possible option. Analysis paralysis is real. Choice paralysis is real, as has been established long time ago in modern psychology, this is how we repattern that tendency. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Take care.